Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there is having themselves an awesome day. Contrast, that's what we're calling this, hence the Katy Perry song Hot and Cold, which, by the way, is a very cool video. Dug it immensely. So anyway, hope everyone out there's having a good one. I'm going to try to do ourself a quick video here. Contrast is a huge law of attraction thing. So, of course, back to Jerry and Esther Hicks. Thank you for all that. And my good friend, The Rainmaker Way, I think is her channel name. Or Rainmaker's the name. Anywho, she's let me borrow a few of her Law of Attraction CDs and made a huge difference. I've just been listening to them like all over the place. And really this contrast thing has been huge. So I kind of wanted to touch base on it. Okay, so we've talked about before manifestation, right? What you think, what you say, what you do. That's how we manifest. Then the energy with which we bring towards it, like the emotions, the feelings, all the things that kind of go in that genre, if you will, is the power or speed at which we manifest, right? So it's kind of like the amount of pressure coming out of the garden hose. So these things all tied together are hugely important. And what a lot of people do is they get bogged down in the contrast. So the reason we have contrast is meant to show us, and then we call it contrast because it's the other thing, right? It's the opposite of. So we have it because we'd like to know what it is we don't want, right? So in absence of what you do want, it helps you figure out the direction you'd like to go. So a lot of us experience things that we might deem negative, might call bad, might call whatever. And the reality of it is that's actually good. It's meant to show and help kind of what they call shooting rockets of desire. It's meant to help you manifest in the direction of what you do desire, right? So by having some sort of odd experience that's sort of negative, it'll help kind of spur you in the proper direction. Made me think of the story Goldilocks, right? It's a very common story, but obviously Goldilocks wasn't happy. The bed was too hard. The bed was too soft. Oh, this one's just right? Or this porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. Oh, but this one tastes just delicious. By the way, who the hell puts porridge out when they're going to go for a walk? That is silly. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm just saying. That's all I'm telling you. So I've got a couple examples of friends that I think are going through contrast issues. They're having issues in that they're focused on the negative part or the contrast. They're focused on that. And because of that, they're having a hard time kind of moving outside of that or actually manifesting their desire. So I have one friend that's going through this whole process of cheating, and it's cheating in a weird way. It's not like the full infidelity kind of cheating. It's more of a slightly emotional cheating. There was kind of some flirting involved. There was it was sort of an old friend, so there was sort of emotion there, but maybe some hand-holding and stuff, but it didn't go much further than that. Not that I'm trying to justify it, but I think there are levels of cheating, frankly. There's a great comedian, Eddie Izzard, that talks about that level of cheating. Anywho, I don't want to get off track too far, but needless to say, it's not cool what these two individuals are going through. They definitely want to patch things up. I had a little talk with both of them, and it's like, yes, we've got a lot of time invested together, so we'd like to see this work out. Unfortunately, one of them is really the one that got hurt the most, is having a hard time letting go of the pain, of the thoughts, of this is what you did, and I don't trust you right now. And I get that. But that all being said, if you want to turn the corner, if you want to try to do something different, you've got to stop focusing on the thing that happened. You need to focus on the forward. You focus on the forgiveness. Focus on our relationship together. Focus on what tomorrow is, not what happened yesterday. So that's one example. Another example, I've got a friend that is really not happy in his work environment. Very unhappy in work. Just doesn't enjoy doesn't enjoy where he's at. Doesn't enjoy just the company in general and all these kinds of things. I think he actually likes what he does for the most part. That's probably why he's still there. But he keeps focusing on the negative aspects, like I don't like it here, I don't like it here, I want to get out of here, I don't like it here, and hasn't been able to find another job for quite some time now. He's been looking. And again, it comes back to that getting stuck focusing on the contrast. The contrast was meant to spur him on, meant to spur him in the new direction to help him find this better location, better job, better thing. So really that's where the focus goes, is on what you'd like to experience, not what you are upset about. So again, kind of sticking them in that direction. And the reason also personally that this has been a huge deal is so I've been spending a lot of time on this contrast thing. My whole issue has typically been, when will it happen, right? So I'm doing all these things. I'm doing X, Y through Z, all the things correctly, and things haven't manifested yet. So where I have been stuck on this, because again, I'm like, well, I'm doing all the things I need to do. I'm thinking the positive thoughts. I'm painting it. I'm even feeling the emotion because there's someone that I care about very much that helps me feel the emotion, right? So it kind of gets me going in that direction. But I keep focusing on the fact that it's not there yet. Hasn't happened yet. You don't manifest that way. By focusing on where you're not at, you're putting energy on not being there. Again, focus where you'd like to go. The contrast of not being there is what's helping me say, yeah, no, I would like to be in a relationship. That'd be really, really awesome. And I got this person that I care a great deal about. She'd be an awesome person to be in a relationship with. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever the case is, this person, I don't think I've ever felt love for someone, anything close to this, right? So these experiences are what are meant to spur me in the right direction, to help, spur, kick a horse, on the side. Just kind of get me going. Giddy up, man. Come on, do this. You know where you'd like to go. So I'm focusing on where I'd like to go, but I keep circling back around and going, but I don't have it yet. Why don't I have it yet? So I finally got over that and realized through listening to these CDs that my friend, the Rainmaker, let me borrow, right? And so I'm focusing on that, and I'm like, okay, just put it out there. Don't even think about what's not happening. Just give it time. Give it time to manifest. It takes time. It takes days, weeks, whatever. So put it out there and then just kind of chill. Just kind of let it go. Just feel the feelings and be stoked about it. Know what's coming. Just know it's coming. Don't worry about it. And in that occurring, I finally got like the message back, like a huge high five, and I was like, dude, this is working. I got a major confirmation in regards to that. So it was a big, big, big step forward. And it was just me doing all the things I was already doing, but getting off the, why hasn't it happened yet, right? So getting off that piece of contrast. So again, that's the whole point of why we do all this good stuff, is to make sure that we're moving forward, but at the same time, you kind of want to know what you don't want to experience because it helps you create what you do want to experience. If we had everything we wanted already, we wouldn't create anything. So really, it's a perfect design in how it was made. The way God, universe, source, whatever, created this universe, this is how it works. And it's awesome. So it starts with, I don't know what I want, so I get this contrast, and then I think about what I do want, and then it manifests. This is like the 3 steps. It's very simple, very black and white, but we have to let the process actually happen and stop kicking ourselves back to basically step 2. Why hasn't it happened? Why hasn't it happened? Why hasn't it happened? You keep thinking that way, you keep it from happening. Let it happen. You've done the work, you've done the steps, let it manifest, and you will get your little hints along the way. So there you go. Contrast. It's a beautiful thing if we let it work its magic. All right? Dan RadioStyle. The first song we did, Katy Perry. I think I told you that, Hot and Cold. And we're going to be going out with Opposites Attract, Paula Abdul. Great 80s tune there for you, right? So thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel, Dan RadioStyle. And if you'd like to contact me, Spirit Radio Dan Style